Hello, welcome to She Knows with Rosie, where we cover all things wellness, health, and weight loss. Today we're going to chat a bit about soy and all things around soy. Is it good for you? Is it bad for you? What's the deal with soy? Will it increase my chances for breast cancer or for men prostate cancer? Will it affect my fertility, my thyroid, cholesterol? And if you're a guy, you're probably wondering, will I get man boobs? That's like the biggest thing that's out there is having soy gives you man boobs. Okay, when it comes to soy, there's two camps. So there's like the soy haters and the soy lovers. Either when I say the word soy, you cringe and want to die, or you say soy and you're like, oh yeah, cool, I have it like with every single meal. I'm not sure where you slot in with regards to those two camps. So soy has been praised for the health benefits with regards to lowering your cholesterol and possible weight loss. And then there has been fear around the fact that soy can have estrogen-like effects and could affect your fertility. So is soy good or is soy bad for you? Basically, all you want to know right now. Luckily for us, there's a recent study where researchers reviewed 417 studies done on humans regarding the data given, and the result of consumption of soy is that soy is beneficial and soy has no negative effects, and you do not have to fear soy. Okay, so we can basically just like cut the video now and call it a day, and that's all you wanted to hear. Cool, go ahead, have your soy. Okay. So I'm just here just to give you a few more facts and a few more things around soy. I do want to say I do not have any dog in the race. I do not benefit. It doesn't negatively affect me. So I do not promote soy and I do not demote soy at all. So I'm just here to give you some information and you can make up your own mind. First things first, what is soy? Soy foods are made from soybeans, which is native to East Asia, and it's a type of legume. Okay, I'm going to mention 3 non-fermented soy products that you can or soy food items that you can just relate. It doesn't help I give you a whole list of stuff that you've never seen or heard of in your entire life. So I'm going to give you get non-fermented and you get fermented soy. So 3 fermented soy products would be your soybeans, so also known as edamame, your soy milk, and your tofu. And then on the other hand, your fermented soy products will be miso, soy sauce, and tempeh. In 2008, the American Heart Association brought out a study with regards to soy and the benefits to soy and the cholesterol lowering effects that soy has. And then 8 years after that study was done, they actually pulled it. The moment I read that and I did some research on it, I was like, okay, cool. So they got the study, they got the result of its soy benefits us, and it's out there now, and other industries come in, they're like, oh, you can't tell people soy is good for them because then they're not buying the non-soy products. We're gonna have to sort that out. So it's one thing that I've learned, yes, this year in general, I mean the world is on fire. The one takeaway that I have learned is don't just accept the information that's provided as fact. So information was given and it was taken away. Why was it taken away? Why can't we have access to it? Start asking those questions yourself and start doing a little bit of research if something like that does interest you, because that's a bit weird. So I think women are quite anxious around soy. So one of the biggest questions are, does soy affect your estrogen levels and does soy affect your fertility? Since soy contains isoflavones that look like estrogen, they can interact with estrogen receptors in the body. However, this interaction seems to be very weak and doesn't have harmful effects. Given the possibilities of it mimicking estrogen in the body, people tend to worry if it's going to affect their fertility. Studies have found that a high soy diet can affect your menstrual cycle by prolonging it with 1 day, but it has no negative effects with fertility at all. And the next question is, does soy increase your risk for cancer? So let's just look at 2 cancers here. I'm not going to list all the cancers in the world ever. I'm just going to prostate cancer and breast cancer. Those are your 2 big worries here. Countries with a higher rate of soy consumption have a lower rate of breast cancer. Let's look at the facts. As mentioned, countries with higher rates of soy consumption tend to have lower rates of breast cancer. leading to the hypothesis that perhaps soy can actually help prevent breast cancer. Multiple studies have supported this idea by showing that children and adolescents who consumed more soy had lower breast cancer rates in adulthood. A recent meta-analysis also showed that women who had higher soy intake had higher survival rates after being diagnosed with breast cancer. So that would at least just help you, like, sort of, it just clears the air with regards to breast cancer. So let's touch a little bit on prostate cancer. The rates of prostate cancer are also lowest in Asian countries, in which people commonly turn to soy as a source of protein. A recent meta-analysis looked at 30 articles related to the link between soy and prostate cancer and found that those with the highest soy consumption seem to have 50% reduction in risk for prostate cancer. So I think that that's a nice feeling to know that, at least with regards to those are the two main cancers that people worry about. It's okay. It's really okay to have soy. And then let's touch on thyroid. So is soy bad for your thyroid? So the answer is no. In the past, they've done studies on rodents where they gave them isolated isoflavones, with the result being enlarged thyroid. And in the same breath, it's important to know the difference in which rodents and humans metabolize soy. So it's not the same. And I think that's where a lot of the controversial thought came behind soy affecting thyroid. Those studies all came out and all of them were done on rodents, not on humans. And we metabolize soy so much more different than what rodents do. And then, like, the golden fluffy question is, does soy aid in weight loss? And after doing a bit of research, it does always, as I feel like a broken record, but it boils down to calories in, calories out. The main protein source that your general public would have is from animal products. And with the animal products comes a higher calorie density of a food, because it's usually fats and there's, a few things going on there. So when you swap that out and you just have soy, your calories are lowered and it would aid in weight loss. Soy can be a great source of protein, fiber, vitamins, minerals, and then also aid in a lower intake of calories, if that is your goal, and that's where you want to go with this. One study showed that people who use soy-based protein as part of a high-protein weight loss diet and those who ate animal protein lost the same amount of weight and didn't have any differences in the overall appetite between groups. Other studies found that people with PCOS, a polycystic ovarian syndrome, it's a hormonal disorder, who maintained a high-protein diet lost more weight when half of their protein was from soy than those just solely from animal products. So that takes me back to what I think is happening here. The people that had animal products, solely animal products, and the people that had half soy, half animal products lost more weight. But when you have your animal products, there's a lot of fat that is included with it, and there's a higher, the calorie density is much higher. So I just think, personally, just doing a bit of research, it's not exactly the animal product or the soy product that will make you lose weight. It is the calorie density of those products, and that if you half your animal products and put soy into it, you're also dropping your fat intake, which you are dropping your caloric intake, which you are dropping weight. Okay, let's just have our takeaways regarding soy. What are some golden nuggets here that we can walk away from this video and actually feel like you've gained some knowledge around soy? Okay, so soy foods have many nutritional benefits, but some raise their concerns regarding soy's estrogen-like effects, which we now know you do not have to stress about, and then most of the studies were done on rodents that metabolize soy much more different to what we do. Soy is a great source of protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals, and not to be afraid of it or cut it out or be scared if they use soy sauce as an ingredient. Not at all. So the latest studies have also showed that soy will not aid in any cancers, and like today we were just focusing on breast cancer and prostate cancer, soy might even be beneficial in combating that. You can enjoy soy as part of a healthy, well-varied, balanced diet. I would like to show you how your soy products would look like off the shelf when you go shopping each week. But there's one thing having this beautiful tofu dish and then like these beautiful edamame steamed beans, but you go to a shop and you're like, where do I find these? Where do I actually physically go, and where would I find these items? So I'm more than happy to show you exactly where you'll find these, where to look, what aisles, how they look like, all of that jazz. Okay, here's the fresh produce aisle where you'll be looking for your fresh edamame beans that are near to where the peas are and the green beans, that kind of fresh produce. And here you would actually find your edamame beans, because it seems to be sold out. But they're next to the snap peas. They look super similar. You'll also be looking for your soy milk in the dairy aisle. So go to your dairy aisle, milk aisle, and you'll find your almond milk, which dominate the shelves completely. And then either near or under your almond milk, you will find your soy milk or soya milk. Here's another grocery store just going across, and also there's all your almond milk, and as mentioned, there's your soy milk under it. And MA is my favorite. You get chocolate soy milk, you get strawberry soy milk, you get all the soy milks in the world, but just to be safe, let's just stick to the unsweetened soy milk. Also, there's another thing you should pay attention to if you are counting macros and calories. I'm just so not about that life, but a lot of people are. So different soy products, as in the different companies that have soy milks, let's use that as an example, will have different macros. So it depends on what your macros are and what your goals are and how much you are consuming. Flip the box around and have a look at your soy milk macros, your carbs, your protein, and your fats, and compare it to each other before you make a choice. And also taste between the two, but they taste very similar, but taste between the two and then you make a choice. And also, one thing to know, the difference between soya and soy milk. So soya is more UK based and soy is US. So it's all the same product in the sense that it's made from the same things and you get the same end result, but they just call different things for different parts of the world. You get different types of soy sauce. We have one here in South Africa that's pretty common and cannot pronounce it, but it's very accessible. Like, you wouldn't have to go to an Asian market to find it. You will be able to get it from your shopping, your normal grocery store where you go shopping, and it's very, like I say, it's very accessible. You get like a low sodium version and you get a normal sodium version. I normally just take the low sodium version because it tastes very similar to the high sodium, normal sodium soy sauce, and it's just got like half the amount of sodium in it. And then where would you find tofu? So personally, I know you can go to the grocery store and for like $100 you get a block of tofu that's like this big, which is not great. So I go to an Asian shop where they have tofu and you get like blocks. For 100 Rand, you basically get a whole, like probably like 3 pieces of tofu, which is way better. I mean, you batch cook it also, you put it in wraps, have it in salads, you can even chop it into a pasta. It's very diverse, marinated in a bit of soy sauce before you either air fry it or pop it in the oven or even pan fry it. I would highly recommend that. It's got a weird texture if you're not used to it at all, but once you've had it and it's basted nicely, it's actually divine. Thank you so much for watching my video. Really support my channel if you can like and subscribe, and I will be debunking more myths and taking you along with me to explain things on a day-to-day basis that will make sense in your life, actually help you, than just sitting and gaining knowledge and not knowing how to implement it on your day-to-day life. Thank you for watching, and then I will see you in the next one.